Should you consider a guaranteed offer on your home? Hello, my name is Jennings with Made for More Realty, and in our previous video, if you didn't catch it, you can find it on YouTube, but we talked about the differences between guaranteed offers. Brief recap: your traditional guaranteed offer is coming from an investor, a savvy investor who is trying to buy your house for as little as possible so they can make the maximum profit. Our guaranteed offers are different because what we do is we syndicate your property out to our black book of buyers, and then we let you pick the best offer for you, and the whole while we are representing you. Now keep in mind, yes, if you go the guaranteed offer, instant offer route, you typically are being paid a little bit less than what you could get on the open market. And the reason for that is the investors who are buying these properties turn them into, I like to say, shiny pennies, and then they put them on the market and sell them, and they're in business. They have to make a profit here. So there are some margins there to keep in mind. And so I get questions all the time, well, who would take a guaranteed offer? Why is that a good fit for anybody? And over the years, here are some examples of people who did take advantage of the guaranteed offer, and I'll give you some examples of some people who it was not a good fit for them. But the first one is people who are in basically a bit of a desperate situation. I've had people who are going to get their house foreclosed on in less than a week. That makes sense for a guaranteed offer. I've had divorced couples who don't want anything to do with each other and just want to put the situation behind them and move on. That makes sense for a cash offer. I've had people who are germaphobes who don't want a bunch of people through the house. That makes sense to me, right? That's something that you can't get while going on the open market. Another option would be like a lot of people in law enforcement choose to not have their house publicly marketed on the internet. They opt for the guaranteed offer. We've had people whose houses maybe don't qualify for traditional financing, and there's no way, like you need an investor to buy that house because you can't get a loan on it because it's in a state of disrepair. That makes sense for guaranteed offers. That's who ethically the program is designed for. Now, people who I don't think should take a guaranteed offer are people who want to net the most amount of money for their home, because you're not going to get that with the guaranteed offer. If you can wait, if you can put your house on the market. For example, we had this family. The house was rough, it was in rough condition, but it could qualify for financing. I recommended that they put the house on the market, so then that way we can have the entire 195-point marketing plan that we offer put to good work for them to get their house maximum exposure. And they opted not to. If they had, they would have probably made an extra, $30,000. So at the end of the day, it's always your house, your rules, but keep in mind there are situations that these guaranteed offers are good for and that they're not good for, but at the end of the day, you net more by having more exposure on your home. That's why we generate over 20 million impressions a month for our business, to hopefully get more exposure for your home, because the more exposure your home has, the more money you make. So hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, if you'd like to explore whether or not a guaranteed offer is good for you, or if you should go the traditional sale route, reach out to myself and my team. Go to madeformorerealty.com. We'd be happy to help.